Hi, it's Debbie Williams here, and today's video is going to talk about, do you actually hypnotize yourself to fail? And by that, what I mean is we have a brain, we don't have an owner's manual, it isn't user friendly. And sometimes we think we're setting goals for ourselves, but actually what we're doing is we're programming ourselves to fall at the first fence. Now, give you an example, one client that came to me, he said that he'd stopped for 5 months, and what he'd done, he'd made the decision, I want to be clean for my wedding day. And he was. And he had a fantastic wedding. And then on the night time, when he was relaxing, having a drink and stuff, somebody sort of offered him a line. He goes, "Oh, okay then." And from that moment on, he was back on the coke, big style. And I said to him, I says, do you realise that, your brain is very literal? It was clean for your wedding day, wedding night, and afterwards you didn't have a follow-on plan. Again, sort of other clients say to me, if I could just be clean for a week, I'd be happy. And I'm thinking, and then what? Well, I don't know. And so unless you've got a follow-on plan to that, it's easy to achieve one of those goals. I also remember another client came to me and she said that somebody had pulled her on and said, "Oh, you're addicted to coke." And she says, "No, I'm not." And they said, "Well, prove it, don't take any for a month." And she said she was so incensed that she wanted to prove to that person she wasn't addicted to it. She says, "Right, I will stop for a month." And she did. And as soon as the month was over, she was back on it. And I said, you didn't necessarily break your addiction. You use bloody mindedness to help you to get through, to prove a point. And that's quite a good motivation to help you to stop. But again, she hypnotized herself to stop for a month and then it was okay to start again. So just something to think about, what do you want? Are you stating what you want in a positive way rather than what you don't want? Also, another example is somebody wants to lose weight. They say, I don't want to be fat. I really don't want to be overweight. And it's hard to process in a negative. So the brain thinks, be fat, don't. It's like saying to a child, don't sit close to the TV. Often they'll shuffle forward because they hear sit close to the TV and don't process the don't until a bit later. And so thinking about what you want instead of waking up and seeing yourself, oh, it's been 3 months now and I haven't touched that. My energy's here. I've got money in the bank. I've cleared any debts. I've got a future to look forward to. Of thinking clarity of the long-term, short-term goals. I want to get through a week, and then I want to get through a month, and then I want to get through 6 months, and then a year, and then filling in all the details of what that means to you. Okay, in one of the videos, I'm going to do a hypnosis to help you to process and to think, well, what do I want? And a nice trance to relax into, previewing a future that you'd like to experience. Okay, great talking to you. Bye.